Hello. Hi, Jessie. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Training Tips Tuesday with Grow Nebraska, a collaboration with Grow Nebraska and UNL Center for Entrepreneurship. My name is Umida Islamova. I'm a business consultant with the University of Nebraska-Lincoln. And I come on live with you every Tuesday at noon to talk about a very like a short talk on simple strategies you can take to grow your business. And last week we spoke about customer discovery and how talking to your clients can really help you get to know them better, serve them better, and add value to your business and increase trust. Today we're talking about style guide, so branding, and how branding can help you grow your business. Welcome Tiffany. So let's get started. I have a total of 6 strategies that you can use on branding. So what is branding? Basically, many of us use marketing as the common word for everything that in regards to presenting your business to your clients, and branding is the part of it that is the colors and the images and the graphics that you use to deliver the message of your business. So what you stand for as a business, what you provide, and how do you want your clients to experience your brand. And so number one thing when establishing a brand, and before I start, actually, I want to tell you that my suggestions are basic and very don't require a lot of talent and don't require you to go out to hire someone, and I will just give them. However, your experience is going to vary depending on your level of experience and skills when it comes to developing style and marketing messaging and all of those things. Your circle of friends, so if you have friends in your circle that are good with these things, you can just ask them to do it or hire them to do it. Or it also varies depending on your budget. I mean, there are many, you can spend a lot of dollars on these things, right? There are big companies that spend thousands of dollars on developing their branding, and there are some startups that don't use any dollars. They just go with what they develop, and so you can be in any level between those two things. So just be mindful of that. I will just give you these simple strategies. It will be up to you to really know when you have to hire someone, when it's probably a better idea if you do it yourself, or when you can ask a friend for help. So number one step is to decide on your brand story. So what do you want your customers to experience, feel when they're experiencing your product or service? So what, as a brand, as a business, what are you trying to tell your customer? And one book that I really suggest for this is Brand Archetypes by Margaret Hartwell. It basically presents you with 12 different archetypes, brand archetypes that you can belong to. And a lot of companies use these brand archetypes to develop their stories, develop their brands, develop their the emotion, that they want to express to their clients, and the emotion that is the common denominator, the emotion that that really attracts their clients. And so just to give you an example, Whole Foods is the innocent, right? The innocent, which is very organic and natural. They really go to the basic, and they say, the dream of the innocent is to go to paradise or to experience paradise. So a lot of brands like Dove and their branding is very white and organic and simple, and they value, as a messaging, they value natural and organic experiences. There's an everyday man like IKEA that focuses on connection and friendship and loving environment, and a lot of their messaging is on how you can have a loving environment and the type of connections that you have with physical goods, basically. Netflix and Harley Davidson are the outlaw. So the outlaws value revolution and just really stepping out of the norm and changing things that are not working. And this is a perfect example. Actually, Netflix and Harley Davidson, they're completely different branding. Their colors are different. However, at the end of the day, their messaging is the same, which is, it's okay to be an outlaw. We actually we love you to do some things that are different. So that's number one. Think about what is your story, what is your brand story, because that will help you develop the rest of the things. The second one is to develop your logo. And this is the thing where I usually recommend my clients to hire someone to develop their logos, because it's one thing to pick colors, to pick fonts, to really think of a story, but it's a whole another skill to be able to translate a story that you want to express into a drawing, into a design. And so if you're able to afford it, there are tons of different options with developing a logo. You can hire an expensive firm. You can also hire contractors or design school students to develop a logo for you. And if you have questions about that, you can totally ask me, and I can connect you with some resources that can help you develop logos. It's really important to have the brand story intact before you move on to the logo, because when you're working with someone to develop the logo, you want to share your brand story and what you want to express with the logo. And so after that, once you have done the logo, number 3 is to choose your brand colors. And so brand colors, there are many options you can do this with, but I recommend usually to do 2 or 3 bold colors, and then 2 or 3 more lighter pastel, easy on the eyes colors, so that you can mix and match them. However, does every brand have that many brand colors? Absolutely not. Like going back to Netflix has 3 brand colors, white, black, and their Netflix red. And so, and as you know, Spotify as well. Spotify has black, white, and green. But there are other brands that have more colors. Even if it's like their Netflix and Spotify, their logo colors are those, right? But then they have some other colors, supporting role colors that complement their logo colors, basically. So how to get brand colors? What I recommend is to take an image that you like. You like the colors on it. It expresses the feeling that you want your clients to have when experiencing your product or service. And go to a tool like Hex Color Picker. There are multiple tools like that on Google. So just type in Hex, H-E-X, Color Picker from an image, and it will give you multiple options. Go on there. You can upload that image that you have, and then you can put your cursor on different areas of it, and it will give you the hex colors for each of them. So put the hex colors on the areas that you like. Take the hex code. Make sure to save the hex code. So when you go to Canva or other graphic design tools you use to get your social posts and brochures and flyers, things of that sort, you can type in that hex color on the color picker, and it will change the color to that hex code. That way, I don't think every single marketing good needs to have the same colors, like all of your brand colors. However, if you can keep 2 or 3 of your brand colors within every graphic that you create, it really gives you that consistency, that brand alignment, that makes your brand memorable. That's at the end of the day, that is what you want. You want your brand to be memorable. You want people to see a specific green and right right away think of Spotify. Oh, that's the Spotify green. Or, you know, think of the, I can't say Target because Target, Netflix, Huskers, all of those are such close reds, but you get what I'm saying, you know, like Coca-Cola, for example, that's another red. But the font, you know, they have this memorable font that as soon as you see that font, you think of Coca-Cola. So just to get another way you can pick colors is if you have an Instagram feed that uses a lot of the colors that really speak to you and your brand. There are tools like Color Cooler is one. So Color Kuler. And there are other ones. I suggest just typing in get colors from Instagram feed, and you just, you know, type in the username. It gives you the primary, you know, top 9 colors that their brand uses for their Instagram brand. And it also should give you the hex codes, but if the tool that you're using is not giving you the hex code, just take a screenshot, upload it into the other tool that I told you about and get the hex codes from that. And so just to give you an example on the hex codes, I was working with a client last week, and she really wanted a nude for her brand colors, and she created 2 graphics on Canva that had nude in it. And I think she took graphics that had already been like a template graphic. And both of them had 2 different nudes, you know, one had more red tone, one had more green tone. And so I said, okay, so you like this red tone, so I'll go back to the other graphic with the green tone and I'll change the nude to the red tone. And she looked at it and she says, but no, it doesn't work out with all the other things on that graphic. And I said, well, that's the problem, you know, when you it should be the other way, in that you should pick your, you know, brand colors and then add and subtract components of your graphic to match that. Because if you start with a template from Canva or other tools and just change some of the colors, they're not going to go together. And so what people end up doing is they change it to colors that go well with everything else, and then you see the inconsistency in the brand, especially when it comes to like the visual board like Pinterest and Instagram. But also, you know, with the brochures, sometimes I see brochures that have absolutely nothing to do, completely misaligned with the website or with the social media, which is something you don't want to do. The next step, number 4, so going back, number 1 was brand story, second was logo, third one was the brand color, number 4 is picking fonts. So you have the font on your logo, but you should also have 2 other fonts. You know, I usually do, you know, simple blocky kind or straight line font, and then also a script font so that I'm able to mix and match, you know, between the 2. I would say get in the habit of not using your logo font on other things, because the more people see your font with other texts, the less they're going to think of your logo. So again, going back to that memorability, you want to make sure that font on your logo remains just the font for your logo. Basically, just think of Coca-Cola. They don't use that font on other things when on their website and marketing goods. So with the fonts, there are lots of websites where you can upload or download free fonts. Just type in free fonts on Google and you should get all of the different platforms. It's really nice to see and play around with the fonts that you like and play around with which font goes with which font. Don't choose a lot, because then it gets confusing. When you're creating your graphics, you can use other fonts if you want to have more than 1 or 2 fonts. But if you get in the habit of just having those top 2 fonts in addition to your logo on the graphics, you can really see the alignment and the consistency in your brand. So and also once you decide on your font, you can also purchase fonts, especially like from websites like creativemarket.com. But you can also upload those fonts onto Canva, so you can create your marketing goods on Canva with those fonts. Number 5 suggestion I have is snapping photos that align with your brand. So rule number 1, if you're selling products, make sure you do invest on professional product images, because it really does make a difference. But that said, you don't always have to have a professional take pictures of your products. That gets really expensive and it's really unnecessary. You can actually mix and match professional product photos, professional stock photos that you can get for free. You can also purchase them. The more you get for free, the more likely that you're going to see it in other places online. But you can also purchase stock photos to make it more unique. But again, that's not necessary depending on your budget. And you can mix it with the photos that you snap. So the photos that you take, just make sure that the background and the or the clothes that you're wearing, if you're taking a picture of yourself, are similar to your brand colors, so that it looks really nice on your feed. And then number 6 is stay consistent. Your mission is to have a consistent message for your brand, for your product and your services. And the more consistent you are with your colors, fonts, logo, and images, the more put together you look as a business. And especially in a world of where everything has to be Instagrammable, it's really important. Like, people just in general value companies that have established brand style and messaging, basically. So that's why I really value style guides and branding. And also I value style guide and branding because they save time when you're putting together graphics. It's a lot easier when you have certain colors you're working with, certain fonts you're working with, because playing around with different colors and graphics and fonts can really take a whole lot of time, which a lot of us just don't have, especially for small business owners who are doing 10 million things at the same time. It's really, it's better to just have limited options, but consistency. So that's what I have for today. Does anyone have any questions? This live will be saved on the Grow Nebraska IGTV. I will come on again next week to give you another strategy you can use to grow your business. If you're a Nebraska business and you would like coaching with me, you can contact me at umeda@unl.edu. You can also direct message us at Grow Nebraska or Center for Entrepreneurship. Our handle there is at Nebraska C4E. And I'm the one that checks the DMs there. So if you have any questions, you can go ahead and email me or send us a message. And I look forward to seeing everyone next week. Thank you, Janelle. I hope this was beneficial. It's very overview and it's quick as it was meant to be. But if you want to dive deeper into your branding, get a branding audit, perhaps suggestions for improvement, I'm happy to help you with that. Have a wonderful day. Take care. We'll see you next week. Bye.